going on out there, y'all? I'm back at it. I want to holler at y'all about embrace the powers that the Most High has given you. Embrace the powers that the Most High has given you. When you come across, especially your spiritual power, when you come across your gifts, your powers, to know that you have them, embrace them. Embrace them. A lot of the collective out there, a lot of the what we call chosen ones, divine beings, ascended masters, so forth, so on. When they come into that realization of their special gifts, the powers that was bestowed upon them, they're scared of it. Why is that? Because it's been lying dormant for so long. The same way the Most High has hidden you in plain sight, he hid your gifts in plain sight, to where it was a special divine time for you to be awakened to coming into connection with your gifts, with your powers. Especially at this point. With that being said, it's just like anything. To give it analogy on real-time situations, I like using like relationships, friendships, and family situations that's relative to the people out there that's going through real-time stuff. So it's like if you in a relationship and your partner is denouncing you, your partner is not acknowledging you, your partner is just there, but they're not emotionally available to you, they're not connecting with you, they're not building with you. It's just like they're just there, just sitting there like a glue stick, nothing more, nothing less. It's the same way of your spiritual, powerful gifts that you have inside of you. If you, like I always say, if you don't go within to connect with yourself, connect with the Most High, connect with your spiritual team to master yourself, you are going to be scared of them. It's going to be difficult to embrace them because you so, for lack of a better term, stuck in the familiarity of how things always made you feel comfortable. Even if you scared in the familiar because you had no other option but to move in that familiar, anything opposite of that, outside of that, gives you frantic. Gives you the illusion that it's not real. But I'm gonna go a little further. We'll watch all these cartoons as we was growing up. See these different superheroes, villains, however you want to put it. And be excited when we seeing it on TV. Tell lies, we vision them, tell our vision. However, it's truth in everything. It's truth. Say it again, it's truth in everything. So even when they telling them lies, they telling you some truth. The animation, because we know that it's fake. from how we was taught. So the animated characters and all these different things, oh, that's fake. That's not real. But the truth in it is a different connection when you know. And the only way you gonna know is if you do the work. Like I always say, do the work, do the work. Now, we're gonna take it up a little notch. Embrace the powers that the Most High has given you. When you come in contact with realizing what these gifts are on an enhanced level, yes, it's not the norm. Yes, you're going to probably question yourself. Yes, you're going to be a little frantic of stepping out that comfort zone. That's the natural state of it. That's with anything and anybody. Anything that you come into that you're not used to is an adjustment process for you to become familiar with that. But you have to work on it. You have to pay attention to it. So the more attention you give to it, just like if you got a spouse or a partner that you in a long-term relationship with, or, you know, for the ones that didn't get to them high points yet of understanding, if you got what we like to used to call friends with benefits, when you going through those stages, the same way to how it would take to maintain those relationships by giving time and attention and whatever qualities that's necessary that comes with that, whether it be the laughter in it, the humor that you have with each other, and so forth, so on. It's the same way you have to connect with your power, with your gifts, with your spiritual gifts, going within, spending time, taking that space to connect, to work on it, to learn it, to understand it, to get better. You know how they say practice makes perfect? Perfection is your perfection. When you started from A and you made it to Q, and then you kept pushing and you made it to Z. Process. The more you do, the more attention you give it, the more intention you give it, the better you become with it. It starts to feel natural, like it's a part of you. So it's the same thing with your gifts. And there's many different gifts. And everybody don't have the same gift. Like I always speak. It may be similar, but it ain't ever the same. That's what makes it special. That's why everybody got different assignments. That's why everybody got different missions in life that they have to complete as they go. Now, like I always say, when you connect and you come to that realization of what your spiritual gifts are, what your power is, you begin, the more you spend time on studying yourself, connecting with yourself, you begin to realize that you already had these gifts. You just didn't pay it no mind. It's just like, for example, think about you walking past somebody, y'all catch eye contact, or y'all in a store, whatever it might be, to where y'all catch some type of connection, and they like, oh, how you doing? You like, how you doing? And then y'all just begin to have a conversation. It leads y'all to have a conversation, and you find out that this person been in your area or around you, or been walking the same path you've been walking for years, but you never saw them. For years, they never saw you. One would say, well, how is that possible? Why is that? Is the attention, is the frequency, is the vibration of everything. If y'all not on the same vibration, same frequency, not focused on the same intent or with the same intent, or didn't tap into whatever your gifts, powers may be that's aligned, then you're not going to see it. So going back to why I said the powers that's inside of you that you possess, because you're not aware of it, you're not paying it no mind, you're not tapping into yourself, you're not connecting to go within with the Most High, with your spiritual team, with the collective of others that's aligned, then it becomes more difficult. Then it becomes what they used to tell us when we was young. Oh, the boogeyman under your bed and all this extra stuff to try to, in so many words, it was to put fear in you. But, you know, to try to get you to look at things in a different light, or to, like I always like to say, distract you from what it is that you probably would have tapped into sooner than later. But everything happens for a reason. It's no coincidence that this was the time frame, this was the divine time that a lot of us came into connection with our special gifts, with our powers, with our spiritual gifts, with the special things that naturally already was in us, but had to get to a certain point of development for us to be aware of it. So maybe when you were younger, and because of all of the spell work, negativity, BS, distractions that people sent your way, or the people that was around you was keeping you focused on everything other than that. Just like how I always speak on how the Matrix move is about keeping you busy and keeping you focused on the daily things that they want to throw in front of you, certain media, certain news that they want to keep throwing out the negative to keep you focused on the negative and the fear, to keep you in that vibration, that low vibrational setting. Like all these different tactics that was utilized to keep your powers in dormant, to keep you unaware of what you possess, to keep you unaware of what the Most High is giving you. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it's necessary, because it's just like anything. When you come into the realization, when you going hard for something, or you putting work in, and then you come to realize that the work you put in, the growth that you was doing, even though you had an expectation to win, but when you discover that your win is beyond a win you can ever imagine, because you was already deserving of it, because you tapped in, it's a different level. And it's the same way when you tap into your gifts. It's like, okay, I'm aware that I got some gifts, and it's like I'm aware that I'm a little like amazed, or like on a all wow type reaction, type expression to what these gifts are. But the more I'm tapping in, I'm realizing like, oh, I couldn't even imagine it was that powerful or that serious. And that's where a lot of us are at, or that's where a lot of us were and bypassed that. And that's where a lot of us have not yet got to that point. So, like I said, embrace the powers that the Most High has given you, these special gifts, because that's exactly what he giving you, a special gift. A special gift. And you're going to appreciate it more and more and more the more you keep going within, connecting with yourself, building, mastering, knowing you, knowing your spiritual team, and getting to know everything that it is that's put in front of you, because you release the control into the Most High's hands. So, you know, they say, take the wheel. Take the wheel. Here, the Most High took the wheel. And when the Most High takes the wheel, got to remember, if the Most High, your higher self, knows everything ahead of time, and then gave you insight to know that, to give you these gifts, to be able to know ahead. Some of us, it is a long list, so I can't go through no long list because I don't know everything, but I know it's a lot of things. But what I will say is a lot of us got different types of gifts. Some have that natural intuition, that natural gut feeling of knowing, not thinking, of knowing, especially when people come around you and you can see right through them. And it used to scare you back then because you wasn't fully aware or connected within yourself to know what it was really saying. So you knew that you could detect and know when things weren't right or things felt weird, or you'll have that futuristic vision to be able to see something happening before it comes, and you'll think you're bugging. And then when it develops into exactly what you saw, it's like, wow. Yeah, it's the wow factor. So the more you embrace it, the more you connect with it, it becomes natural. It becomes a natural adjustment of who you are and what your life is, to the point where people start looking at you crazy when you like, oh man, nah, I know it's gonna be this. I gotta keep going. And they like, bro, do you not see what's going on? Sis, do you not see that is no way that you could get to that? But you know, because you already saw it. So of course they're gonna look at you like, this dude is wilding. Shorty is bugging. Yeah, that's what they're gonna say. And then as you keep pushing through, and then the results come to exactly what you already spoke, because you've seen it clear, it's like, oh wow. Of course they're gonna be in shock, because that's not the norm for them. And some of you may have the gifts where you can feel the energy of everybody. You can feel when somebody hurting before they even tell you. You could feel that somebody going through something and they trying to fight through it, and they putting a smile on their face, and you could read right through that expression. And like, damn, wow. Some of you got the gift where when you hug a person, just hugging a person, on a good and a not so good, on a not so good side, you could feel all of whatever was running through their body, worry, the fear and all of that. You can feel it. It's like it connects to you. You're like, oh. But in the same sense of hugging that person, your energy gives off what you feel go inside of them, that sense of relief, that sense of safetyness, that sense of comfortability, that sense of real, true, genuine love, that connection. It's different levels to it. It's different levels to it. And then a lot of you out there have that main gift. And I'm one of them. That gift of being full of love, being fully, genuinely connected through that love connection. Like, it's different levels. And I could tell you a situation that happened, in my past, where certain friends, like I probably was like 15, 16, somewhere around there. And the friends at the time that I was around, we was visiting one of the women at the time that was hanging around with us. We was visiting, I think it was her mother or grandmother. I believe it was her mother. And it was like 10, 15 of us. We go inside, first time we meeting them, back then, you know how it be, and you partying and all that. And this lady, like, everybody was coming in and saying, how you doing, to her mother. And she's like, how you doing? And I said, how you doing? She's like, how you doing? She looked at me and she was like, you look familiar. I'm like, I know I ain't never meet this lady before. But she like, you look familiar. And I smiled or whatever. And I'm like, you know how you playing it off. She grabbed my hands. She looked at me. She asked me my name. I told her my name. And make a long story short, she said, "You're so full of love. You're so full of love. I see it in you. You got this major glow on you. You're so full of love. Don't allow anybody to take that away from you. Don't allow no hurt to come in you that's going to take that away. Oh, I could feel it. You so full of love." At that time, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm a lovable person and I want to look out for people, but I'm like, this lady bugging. This lady is truly bugging. But you know, out of respect of how we was raised, respect your elders, you know, smile. And I'm like, but something in me was registering to what she was saying. I could feel her energy. As she's saying this and saying to me, like, I'm like, oh, this not the first time. Well, that was the first time somebody ever said that specifically. But that wasn't the first time somebody done said to me, "You look familiar." And I know I ain't ever seen them before. But back then, when I wasn't embracing my powers and my gifts on that level, I would just go along with it. I'm like, oh. They'd be like, "You look familiar." I'm like, oh, yeah, you look familiar too. Knowing damn well like, I don't know who they are. But what I begun to realize at this point in life, even from back then, they can see you, that love, all the gifts that you have in you, they see it. So even when you're not directly connected to it, to like how you would be with somebody that you deal with, like you want to put your all into them and connect with them and build with them, they can see that when you don't see it. So how they'll see somebody that's next to you that look beautiful and you ain't even paying them no mind is the same way how they could see your gifts back then. It's like, wow, the gifts this person possessed, they don't even know it. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying now. Embrace the power, the gifts, that strength, them spiritual gifts, that knowledge and wisdom, that understanding, all them different gifts that the Most High has given you, has been gave you, but has given you and given you the opportunity to awaken and connect with it at this point in life. Especially when we at a time where the earth is like so highly energetic, so spiritually energetic, so open to where you have the ability to connect on a whole nother level. Even with the manifestations. And you tap into those type of powers, that these worldly things, when you see situations happening with the regular eyes and people going nuts, people being like becoming chaotic because all they know is the daily thing. And I always say a lot of people like to talk because they got lips, so they gonna speak it. They gonna speak what they read. They could sound so in tuned on certain levels, but the collective, the chosen ones, them divine beings, y'all know, y'all can read right through them. Y'all or y'all can sense that they got some good knowledge about them, but you could sense when they don't even believe it. It just, whatever the validation is that they getting back is what they going with, and that's why they going with it. Don't be tricked by that. Don't be tricked out of your position, and don't be fooled to believe that these gifts that were given to you, and as powerful as they are, that you're not able to handle them. You're not able to take it on, or because you're looking at the old way of life of who you used to be, that no, it can't be me, or no, I can't handle it. There's no way I could possess that. Get out of that old way. Get out of that old way. Tap into who you are. I'm going to say it again. Connect within yourself. Go meditate. Powerful, powerful tool when you understand. And the more you keep tapping in, you'll understand what I'm saying. Keep connecting with yourself. Connect with the Most High. Connect with your spiritual team. You looking for answers, you don't have to look far. And the reason I'm saying you don't got to look far, because it's always with you. Because it's within you. It's within you. So embrace the powers that the Most High has given you. Embrace them. Tap into them. Because you'll see and you'll know, if you don't see and know already, how powerful and effective you will be within yourself and with others, and with connecting, and how you can change your life like that. Stop believing. Stop just going by what everybody is just saying, when you can see, with utilizing them gifts, and even if you're not fully tapped in, you can feel to know that they are not even doing it. The Most High is not going to allow you to get out here and flourish and be on a certain type of level, but for so long, if you're not living in truth. That's why the whole energy of what's going on now, so many people being exposed. In every category of whatever the field is in life, period. Whether it's celebrities, whether it's in the spiritual community. And when I say spiritual community, because you got some people who still confused about spirituality and religion. In the religious community, a lot of the pastors and different people that was exposed, all these different things. And not even just those communities, just in your regular community, certain people who's being exposed that you thought was a certain way, or living a certain way, or about a certain thing, and then behind closed doors, it's like, wow. Those reasons are because where we at in life, at this time in life, this divine time in life, with the way this energy is and the connect, is a shift. It's a major shift happening. It's a major shift. And the stuff you speak is going to be genuinely connected to who you are within yourself and with others, because you're actually living it. So yes, people make mistakes. Yes, no one is completely perfect. Yes, you're going to go through the trials and errors of life. It happens. You're going to go through, that's a part of life. But you can't sugarcoat. You can't sugarcoat. You got to live in your truth. You got to live in your truth. You have to. And it's not me trying to force anybody. Like I always say, to each his own. To each his own. Do what you feel is necessary, what you feel is best for your life. But understand, there's a certain level and there's a certain type of order that comes with these different things of life experiences. So if you think you're going to fool life, if you think you're going to fool the Most High, your spiritual team, on trying to be something that you're not, then you only fooling yourself. Literally, you only fooling yourself. You only fooling yourself. So like I said, embrace the powers that the Most High God has given you. Tap in. Don't be scared of it. Embrace it and live life to its fullest. Complete your mission. Take it in the way it's given. Follow suit based upon what the Most High and your spiritual team is giving you. And watch how fruitful you become on every aspect of life. Every aspect. Physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, on all levels. And how you were able to help so many people with it. Ain't gotta have no crazy major following and all these different things that everybody suggest and say, oh, it's not you're not important, or it's not impactful or effective if you don't have the no. You do what you do. I used to have this old saying, I do what I do, and when I do it because I'm great at what I do. This when I was like 12, 13 years old, that kept ringing in my brain naturally. From out of the thin air, it just came in. And I was moving like that. And I began to realize within myself and with everybody around, when you truly tap into you and into your powers, and you don't try to compare yourself to everybody else, and you genuinely, willingly stay true to yourself, everything flows the way it's supposed to. Whether up or whether not up, it becomes the balance of why you going through the things you going through. You'll know. And you'll see how effective it is as time go on. Everything is in divine time. And you will know. Just keep pushing. Embrace them powers. Y'all continue to be great out there. Tap in. Expect life to be better and different, because it's not the norm. When you tapped in, it's not the norm. Everything's going to look different. Everything is going to get shaken up. But stay balanced. Stay focused. So like I always say, I love y'all. Keep doing what y'all do. Keep pushing forward. Keep raising y'all vibration. Stay high vibrational. Stay away from that low vibrational stuff. Anything that comes with negativity, let it be. Cut it off. Like I say, for whoever it is supposed to resonate for, it will. And whoever it don't, then it don't. But we gonna keep pushing love, peace, light, and keep going forward. I'ma holler at y'all. Love y'all. One.